What do you like to do?
What do I like to do? I like to watch anime. Me and my brother kind of started doing that back 5 years ago, I'd say. He kind of got me into it.
What is it? I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I don't know what it is.
I mean...
I thought you said MMA. I'm like, okay, and then when you started explaining to it,
I mean, I
heard
guess
it, I'm like, no.
It's animated, it's like cartoons, I guess you could say, but it's Japanese cartoons, I guess is the best way to put it. So, it's not as... It's like the stories and whatnot and the way that the shows progress, it's not as childish as cartoons as you would think, like Powderpuff Girls and SpongeBob SquarePants and all that stuff. It's not like that.
So it's adult-based.
It's adult-based, yeah, you can put it that way, yeah. It's you can cover like slice of life where it's just comedies, it can get dramatic, romance, all those different things.
Where would one watch this?
You download it from the internet, and then you can just watch it at home, like on your computer. You can watch it on, you can watch it anywhere you have an internet.
Is it in Japanese, or?
It is in Japanese, and then they subtitle it, yeah.
Do you speak Japanese?
I was going to say, do you understand?
I don't. I understand a few words. We actually just went to, me and my brother and one of my friends, or I guess friends from high school, we went to Japan from December 1st to December 15th.
Oh, wow.
So we went because, and it was anime that kind of inspired us to want to go there.
Was that your first time going?
Yeah. First time actually ever.
Who went? You and your brother and who?
Our friend Jericho.
Jericho.
He was originally a friend of my brother's back in high school, and then we all kind of stayed close.
How expensive was that trip?
Plane tickets alone were like $1,400, and then I'd say it was probably about $10,000 total for like all the stays and whatnot.
For each one of you?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was 2 weeks. So.
How did you
when you were there?
Yeah. How'd you spend your time over there?
God, we went to Tokyo for the first 4 days, and then we stayed there, and then we went to Kyoto for 2 days, and then I cannot remember all the names of the specific places, but then it was like 1 day stays at ryokans, which are like guest houses or inns.
How's the food?
Food is great. We were too scared to actually go into like the shops, like the side shops, because all in Japanese, they all know what they're doing, and we don't want to like say it wrong or do whatever, like impose. So we actually survived a lot at night on just like food that you get from 7-Eleven, because over there it's called 7 and I, but it's like the 7-Eleven symbol, so it's the same exact thing, and it's got way better food than what like the 7-Elevens that we have here. So
we would go back?
Oh yeah, we would go back.
Really?
Yeah, I think we were actually planning on going back November of this year.
How long have you been out of work?
I've been out of work for 6 months, since June.
How did you pay? That's a lot of money for to be out of work.
My brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my brother.
What does he do?
He's the CRNA.
What is it?
Sorry, the Certified Registered Nurse Anesthetist.
Okay, so we
were both in the program together.
Okay.
And then he was able to finish, and then I did not.
So he was making good money.
Yeah.
Was he making that 150, 100?
He was working.
He was
working a lot. I don't know if he was. I think he was cusping a lot of overtime, not scheduled, but like it's just kind of what happens. But yeah, he was moving along.
What do you think he made his best year?
God, he showed me, because he was he was complaining about how like his taxes alone were like the annual income of like a nurse. And I think when he showed me before like it had all ended, like before his pay year had ended, that he was already up to like 166, but that was like after I think the $60,000 or $40,000 already came out. I can't remember.
That was after it?
Yeah, I think so.
So he made more than 160?
That was take home.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not scheduled.
Like the dream trip to go there?
Yeah.
This is for that anime, you call it?
It was the inspiration. When we went there, though, we just kind of took up all the culture, because through the anime, you kind of see little glimpses of what the culture's actually like. So then we just wanted to kind of experience all that.
So it was a good time. And definitely worth going back for.
Definitely.
Hobbies. What do you like to do?
Okay, so besides the anime. Besides that, we would play video games. We actually just got like a virtual reality headset thingy for like the computer. That was kind of fun.
What kind of games do you play?
God, back in the day, we played Call of Duty a lot, like back in the day. And then we got out of that because it was just starting to get too, like...
Which system did you use?
PlayStation. Oh, PlayStation. Then we went to Xbox because that was, like, what a couple of our friends had. And then we went back to PlayStation. And then me and my brother got into PC gaming, where on that we just play, like, MOBAs, which are, like, strategy-type games, RPG-type games.
So I've got to ask, since you're into these game stuff.
I know none of
Did
that.
you hack?
Did I hack?
Did you and your brother hack games?
With,
Are you the guys that I've played with when I was out of work for a couple months because of an injury that would hack and would cheat me and lower me down to the lowest level of nothing?
Oh, no.
Okay.
We weren't that technologically gifted. But, I mean, we would use, like glitches or something like that when we would play on the PC, where you could, like, have no recoil or, you know, it would, like, auto-aim or something like that. So
yes is the answer you're telling me.
I mean, yeah, but we didn't hack other people's accounts.
So you guys play a lot of the PC games then?
Yeah, we started getting into PC games primarily. I haven't turned on my PlayStation in months. I think the only other game that we really played was Fortnite, but then that was starting to get to, like...
That's a big deal right now.
Yeah.
The younger
Kids are all over it.
generation.
And actually, yeah, during the time that I was that I wasn't working as a nurse, I tried to do the whole Twitch streaming thing.
What is that?
I'm
sorry.
No.
We're kind of old, where you have to explain a lot of this to us.
With Twitch, it's you got your mic and then you have your face cam, and then basically people are just watching you play whatever game you're going to say that you're playing.
Okay.
And then, you know, they can donate, they can subscribe to you, which then you get like a monthly payment.
Did you have anybody doing that for you?
I had I think I was up to like 30-something subscribers.
And what would you charge them to?
With subscriptions, there's 4 tiers of it. Tier 1 is just $5. So right when you see that you, blank, subscribe to it, you get $5.
So what were you making off of Twitch a month?
Oh.
Nothing really significant. It was like...
So you said about 30 people at one time subscribed to you? So minimum, what?
$150.
$150, and then a few donations.
What other hobbies do you have?
Besides that, a number of years ago, like, me and my brother were actually, like, gun enthusiasts, and, you know, we did it wrong, where we did it all during when the season was, like, high, so everything cost so much money.
During hunting season?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, unfortunately, we don't hunt or anything like that. But, we would go, like, clay shooting.
Where'd you go?
Primarily the place we went to is Quail Creek Plantation.
Where's that at?
Like I was telling you in the car, I don't remember the...
No, is it local or is it...
It's like an hour and a half away from here.
You know what county it's in or city?
Quail Creek Plantation.
The only place I know, a gun range I really know, I mean, that you go do stuff like that is out in Geneva.
There's one in Geneva, right?
Yeah, I think there's one out there.
I mean, that might be where it is, but I don't remember the city specifically. But we would do the clay shooting, and then we were part of the Volusia County gun and shooting
Gun club or something?
Yeah, whatever it was called. But that was like 2 years ago. The only thing that we really kept up with was clay shooting. But even that, I don't think we've done that for like 8 months or something.
What were you shooting with? What was your gun for that? What did you like?
Me and my brother both got the Benelli, like long Super Magnum,
Supernova, I think it is?
Supernova. That's what it is. We both had those, and then during the time where, like, I was struggling, like, in this last 6 months, I mean, I sold all of my guns.
What'd you have?
What did I have?
You have a little gun collection going?
I did. I had about 4 ARs. They were all just where you would buy, like, the different parts again, kind of like with the PC, and then just put them all together.
Because I'm not gun like that. Why so many ARs?
I mean, again, we were just like an enthusiast for wanting to build our own things and just kind of seeing what we could come up with.
Were you building stuff or you buy them already made?
We would buy the specific parts and then have them sent to the gun clubs or whatever so that you could pick them up. And then we would put them all together.
You guys build them yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have nobody do it for you?
No. Yeah.
So you had 4 ARs. What'd you have? What else you have?
Besides that, I had Benelli M4 shotgun. Yeah.
Tactical shotgun?
Tactical shotgun.
What were you using that for?
That was like our
Did you have it?
that was just our gun that, like, me and my brother both had one of those.
You both had one?
Yeah. And then we had that had always just been our dream gun that we just wanted to have, was a tactical M4. We took it to the range a couple times just to put some rounds
through it. Me too. I've got an M1.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But the M4 is much nicer.
Yeah. And then we had the Supernovas, which we just used for clay shooting. And then pistols wise, I had, I think 4 or 5 just pistols.
What do you have?
I had a Glock 17,
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
I had, it's not the Shield. It's a Smith & Wesson M9 something. I don't remember what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a Taurus, which was, I think, like a 45 caliber.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had, again, it's like the dream gun that I always wanted was the FN Tactical 45
Mm-hmm.
with like the threaded barrel and all that stuff.
The TV gun?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
No suppressors or anything
Right.
like that, because again, during that time, it's like to get your stamp alone would take 6 months, and then you got to wait however long to get that back. So we never got that deep into it.
Still have them all, or you said you got rid of some of them?
I sold all my guns. Yeah.
Which sums it?
The Florida Gun Exchange.
The what?
Florida Gun Exchange.
Where's that?
It's down in. They have one in. God, I am just. It's some. Ormond Beach. Ormond Beach. That's the one.
You took them over and sold them?
Yes.
Sold them all at one time, or?
No, just because I didn't want to go in with too many.
Right.
Then I felt like they
They'd
would
look at you like, who's this guy with all these guns?
Yeah, or they would like cut me a lower deal because
Right.
I'm giving them like a whole bunch.
What'd you get for the ARs?
ARs, unfortunately, like it wasn't that much. It was only like $3,000 or something like that
For the
all
four
of them. Yeah, just because they're
How much you spend on them, you think?
way more, like at least double. Because again, we bought them during the height of the season, and then I'm selling apparently where it's like not a good season to sell. And they told me that if they're not just like companies that I can't even think of one, like companies that make their own, and they're just like a fool, like this whole gun is all by this company or whatever. Those apparently sell for more than like a custom one,
Mm-hmm.
because some people might not like what I put on it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why I probably didn't get
How about the
it.
handguns? What'd you get for them?
Handguns was maybe like total was like $1,500 or something like
It
that.
had a lot more in those.
And the FN alone was $1,600.
You buy all them all new?
Yeah, all new.
The rifles you put together.
Rifles we put
You
together.
customized them.
Yeah, the
But the handguns, were they?
handguns were brand new. Shotguns were new.
What'd you get for shotguns? What'd you get for them for?
For the M4, that one was like the highest one. I think they gave me like $1,100 for it.
What'd you pay for it?
About 15.
Yeah,
15.
that's not too
So
bad.
it's not too bad.
Not too bad.
And then for the Supernova, it was only about $700, but that one cost about $1,200. And that one, I think we actually had to get from Gander Mountain, way back when.
Do you have any of these left? Anything, or do you keep anything for yourself?
No, I ended up
Got rid of everything.
Got rid of everything. So I was just trying to get some semblance of money in.
Keep up with your payments.
Keep up with my payments, but also because like the whole trip was coming down the line.
Tell me about your mom.
My mom has, she's always been it's kind of like Cody, she's always been the one that focused on me, and,
You were truly the family baby?
for my mom.
What about she's?
Yeah.
Okay.
For my mom.
Mom's favorite?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I mean, I had been being told that, because, again, it's like this last 6 or 7 months was just, like, stressful for everybody.
Sure.
And, you know, countless times my dad would, like, come up to me and he'd make, like, me feel, like, he'd try and use things and word things to make me feel guilty so that I would, you know, do everything that I can, like, get a job.
Almost like a motivation.
Right. And he'd tell me time and time again that, you know, you're her favorite. I mean, she would do anything for you. And, I mean, it's like, yeah, I don't need to hear that. I mean, that's not what would motivate me.
Sure.
But no, with Mom, I think we yelled at each other a grand total of like 3 or 4 times my whole life. I've never, like, yelled at her. My dad was a very, like, angry, violent type person.
Overbearing.
You know, he would like push my mom, and like one instance, you know, it was getting to that age where me and Cody were kind of getting old enough to maybe be able to do something if she needed our help. And I remember her and my dad were like in their room, which if you go down the stairs, it's right there to the left. We heard our mom yell that he's hurting me, and then me and Cody run downstairs, and we go into the room, And then we're trying to get our dad off of our mom, and then my dad elbows back, and that's when my nose has got its little, like, bridge right there. But, I mean, that's, like, how he was, like, spankings with a 2x4, you know, like, baseball practice, it'd be, like, 4 or 5 hours, and he's hurling the ball as fast as an adult can, and we're, like, 7th to 8th grade trying to catch this stuff. Yeah, I mean, definitely very overbearing, but he would always rationalize that he's just trying to, like, secure our future.
Violent towards the family?
Violent towards my mom and towards me. Never to and towards Jason, but never to Cody.
Why?
I mean...
Cody his favorite?
Yeah.
I mean, 3 boys?
Yeah. And with that, I mean, I could kind of see it, but Cody also never really made any mistakes. He did a few things wrong. He lied a few times. You know, he cost my dad some money a few times, but he was never like a repeat offender, I guess you could say, whereas me and Jason, you know, we had that difficulty where it's like, okay, we got a C or we got a D on something, and I just don't want to tell Dad about it.
Sure.
But then he would find out, and then, you know.
Dad ever abuse you?
When we were younger.
How so?
Spankings with like a 2x4, and then, you know, he'd use like I mean, it was like a 2x4 that was fashioned into a paddle called the lightning rod, I think is what it was called.
That?
No, he broke it on me.
When's the last time your dad put his hands on you?
The last time my dad put his hands on me would be, I'd say, kind of the middle of December of 2018.
What happened?
You know, and a lot of it just came back to money with him. He would like allow me to spend money that he had, like with his credit card or something like that. But it's like then whenever I did, it was like a huge problem.
Okay, so you had one of his credit cards.
Yeah.
And what were you buying with it?
Well, what I was doing is, over the past 4 months or something like that, I've been talking to this woman online.
Who's she?
She's, as embarrassing as it is, she's a cam model.
A what?
A cam model. Do
All right.
either of you guys know what that
Nope.
is?
Just like all the videos stuff, you have to tell us.
A cam model, it's like it's like a virtual girlfriend, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Like that type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the money went to her.
Okay. Where's she at?
She lives in Bulgaria.
Where?
Bulgaria.
Where's that?
Over in Europe. It's like
okay.
outside of Germany.
Okay.
Something like that.
You ever been there?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't that serious.
So
Okay.
what would you give her money for?
Just for like the time online with her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was just like that type of thing.
And what did she charge? By the minute? By the hour?
Minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much is it per minute?
Oh God, I think it was like 90 tokens a minute, and it's like the conversion rate for all of that is like $600 for like 5,000 or something tokens or something like that. So, and then it was 4 hours a night. So I mean that's basically just where all the costs went to, was you pay real money for the tokens, then you use the company's digital currency for that.
So you do that, and when did you meet her?
I met her at the beginning of July. Yeah, at the very beginning of July.
Okay, and still talking to her?
Still, yeah. I mean, more just on like Twitter, like
Okay.
just through direct messaging. Again, cell phone service doesn't work, so it's like I can't use the chatting like that.
How much do you think you spent on this? Because it seems kind of pricey.
Yeah.
90 tokens and $5,000 for how many tokens?
No, it's $600 for 5,000.
For 5,000.
Yeah.
Okay. So how much do you think you spent on this?
Probably close to like $200,000, I'd say.
$200,000?
Yeah.
And where'd the money come from?
Money came from me, my brother, and then my dad.
Did they know where the money was going to?
They didn't know that it was going to a cam model.
What did you
I
tell
was
them?
saying that it was going towards my Twitch streaming, like
beginning stuff.
like advertising, like putting my name out there and that type of thing.
But based on what you're telling me, only so many people make so much money. So I think just a few
Just a
in the country
handful.
make a bunch of money.
Right.
So that was like the ultimate goal is to get to that.
I was
level.
hoping that the stars would align, and then I would be like one of those people, because I was good at the games, and I'm a funny, pleasant person on the camera and that type of thing.
When was the last time that you and your dad did have, a heated conversation?
It would be Thursday. Because one of his rules was that I wasn't allowed to talk to the woman anymore that I had been talking to. But I guess you could say behind the scenes, my mom would let me talk to her through her cell phone using Twitter. And, she would tell me, like, look, you have to keep it just basic, because if you say anything or if you entice anything or do anything like that, it might lead her to say something to, like, my dad or something like that. Because,
how would she get in touch with him?
Because apparently when I was in Cornerstone, my dad told her, because he had, like, hacked my computer or something like that, and then he found everything.
Is he electronics guy like you and your brother?
Except he's more of that, like, hacking level, like, able to do all that stuff. So he had found, like, just the stuff that was related to her. And then, he erased my whole entire computer. He put a password on it. So it's like, even when I came back up until Thursday, like, I wasn't able to go onto my own computer to look at anything.
Basically, he's treating you like a small child.
Right. And rightfully so. I mean, spending that amount of money, I was acting childish. I can kind of get it. But, so yeah, anyways, on Thursday, he had apparently found out that I was speaking to her again. Mm-hmm. And when I came back on the 4th, my mom picked me up from the Cornerstone place. And then me and my mom met my dad at California Pizza Grill or Kitchen in Waterford Lakes. Mm-hmm. And he had this list, front and back, on a piece of paper of all the rules. This is what's going to happen. This is why I'm acting the way that I'm going to act. I'm not going to be Dad anymore. I'm going to be Chad. And I basically told him that I'm going to be present. I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to start trying to get jobs now. I told him what my plan was. It wasn't really my intention to continue talking to this woman, but it just kind of happened. And then because there was, like, that emotional connection, I guess you could say, between her and me, like, I it felt like a relationship, I didn't want to just stop cold turkey on it. So he had apparently found out, and then...
Unhappy.
Right, and one of the stipulations was, that he told me at the dinner was, if you speak to this woman again, you're out of the house. Like, I'm kicking you out. You can pack up your shit, and then you're off my property. And then, because of the way that he used to be, he had told me that, basically, if that happens, that if I ever step back onto his property, that he would kill me. So, on Thursday, that all happened, and then I was in the process. I was getting all my stuff together. I was piecemealing it out to the car. And then he came in, and then he asked me, in a calmer state, I guess you could say, like, basically the leading question of, why do you think we're about to have this conversation? Giving me, I guess, that opportunity to be honest and truthful, to maybe tone it down a little bit. I, of course, did what I always did, where I kind of didn't admit to it. And then he came out and he told me that I had been doing that.
He had proof.
Yeah.
Have an argument?
Yeah. And then, he got he had kind of reverted back to the way that he was when we were younger, where, he kind of, pulled me up from the couch, and then he was yelling at me to pack my shit up and just get out of the house. That he was the one who had to be the hammer, and that, why am I making him have to go through this, and all this other kind of stuff.
Okay. Cody have the gun affinity you have? He did. He liked guns like you did.
Right, yeah.
Did he keep any guns on him?
I think Cody had his carry, his pistol.
Okay.
And then he...
What did he normally carry?
It was like a Smith & Wesson M9 shield or armor or core something.
Okay.
And then the only other gun that he had was his clay shooting shotgun.
Okay. Did your dad carry any guns?
My dad, to my knowledge, he has like 2 SKSs or something like that, and then he has a Glock something.
Did he carry the Glock with him normally?
Normally, no.
No? Okay. What else happened?
What else happened?
Mm-hmm.
Then after I had met with Cody, then that's where, you know, I was again just kind of staying around that area, and then I just went to the Publix, and then to my knowledge, I mean, that was the last interaction that I had with the 3 members of my family was that.
Was about what time? Last time you saw your mom was what time, approximately?
Last time I saw my mom, I'm just trying to think. Last time that I saw my mom was, God, when did I say that I met Cody? Or when Cody
exact time
stopped by? It was like 45 minutes before that.
Okay, so
when Cody called the house, you said your mom told him about the argument.
Right.
When you left, you said you told your mom you were going to be in the area.
Right.
How then does Cody now know where to meet you, or if he's going to meet you?
Yeah, it's because that's when my mom had come out to where I said that I was going to be on that road somewhere. Okay. And then she was able to do that. And then I guess that's how she knew, like, where to, I don't know if she talked to Cody again or if she was able to do that. But then she was able to, like, pinpoint that area. Okay,
so this would have been late at night?
Right.
8, 9, 10 o'clock, somewhere like that time?
Yeah.
So dinner was over. You guys already had dinner?
We hadn't had dinner because of the whole argument that was happening.
Okay.
So, yeah, the chicken never got past just being in the wrappers over where she would always defrost it.
So you leave, go on your way, Cody goes home.
Right.
And you have no contact with anybody since then.
Right. From there, that's where I think I decided that I was going to maybe drive by the house.
Did you go right by?
I didn't drive by the house. I was starting to go there down that Fort Christmas road, and then I was just like, I'm not gonna do it, because as far as I know, it's like, you know, Dad's probably at work. I don't know if Cody works again today, and you know, just like with everything that had been happening.
When you drove down there.
Yeah.
See anything strange?
No, I had seen just seen like a couple of cars like pass by me, but.
What do you mean cars?
Like just standard, like just a little bit of traffic.
Okay.
But then apart from that, no, I mean nothing.
How close do you get to the house?
Like a couple miles.
Okay. You leave there, and you go where?
And then after I choose not to do that, then after that, that's where I go to Waterford. And then at Waterford,
you stop anywhere over there?
I go into Panera because I think that I'm going to get something to eat.
About what time?
This was like right before I went to the hotel, so it was like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe.
Okay.
And then in there, you know, I think about getting something to eat, but then I don't really want to use like the other cards to pay for something, and then I know that I only have a little bit, but then I'm gonna have to like sleep somewhere. And again, I'm trying to use like my money for that type of stuff. So then I'm only in Panera for like 10 minutes or something like that, and then I end up leaving from there, and then that's where I go to the DoubleTree, and then that's where I checked in, and then I was at the DoubleTree all night.
Slept there last night? Talked to anybody?
I messaged the girl that I had been talking to on Twitter.
Yeah. On Twitter, so you have to pay for it.
Right.
Did she respond back to you?
I think once, like 1 or 2 responses.
What's your Twitter address? I'm sorry, I'm not a Twitter person.
No, it's just Grant A. It's just what it is.
It's just Grant A.
With a space.
Grant space A.
I think if you type in Grant space A, it'll like pull up my picture.
Okay.
But it's like one of those Grant space A 8495000. You know, it's got like 9 numbers after it.
Okay. You stay there.
Right.
And wake up this morning.
Right.
Nobody else in the room.
Nobody else in the room.
Rented in your name.
Rented in my name.
Okay. You come out and do what? You come out of the room today to go where? Where are you going?
I was going to go down because I had like one more bottle of water in my car, and I had just finished eating like just a little granola bar thing, so I was like, I'm just going to go down and get my bottle of water.
And you found what when you come outside?
All the police officers were there, yeah.
Okay.
And then, when you left Cody, what did he say he was going to go do?
Cody said that he will take care of it.
Take care of what?
Just the situation that was at hand with whatever he had been updated with from my mom.
Did he tell you what he was updated?
He had told me the reason why, like, I'd been kicked out. But he really didn't give me that much dialogue, like, about that situation. You know, he was miffed a little bit because, you know, he had just gotten off work and now he has to go deal with this. And then after that, I mean, it was just, he gave me the debit card to say, you know, to use this in case of emergencies. And then, I mean, that was pretty much it, because I don't know if, like, he had already said that he was on his way home, or if there were expectations, like, for a time with him for making it home.
But what was your demeanor? Like, what did Cody see you as? Like, were you
like scared?
Upset?
Yeah, so I was scared because, I mean, like I said, it's the first time that I had been out of the house, you know.
So you were scared of what? Being on your own?
Right.
Or did your father say or do anything to scare you?
He had threatened me that if I stepped foot back on his property, not the house, but if I stepped foot back on his property, that he would kill me. And, like, he
said those specific words?
Yes.
Did you tell that to Cody? That your father told you that?
No, I didn't.
So you're afraid of him?
Oh, yeah.
You are actually afraid that he could kill you?
Yeah, and it's also because, like, in the past, like, 2 weeks before I got kicked out, my dad was going through, like, a lot of episodes where he was losing his temper a lot, yelling a lot, especially when me and Cody weren't at the house. And,
who was he yelling at?
My mom.
So was he being violent to your mom?
Yeah, like, I think...
Physically or just emotionally?
Both.
Put his hands on her.
He had bruised her left arm by grabbing it. And then apparently she had said that on one of the nights that they were in the kitchen together, and then he was like throwing food at her and then banged her head against the wall a couple times.
So, and I'm not let me speak bad of your dad, but he's kind of a violent guy.
Yeah, I mean,
you have a reason to be afraid of him.
And then the thing that I was getting to was that apparently my mom was so scared at one point, because it had been a while since he had been like this, that she had taken like a couple or a number of voice memos on her phone whenever he would like come in and then start, like, she knew that, you know, something, like, he was going to start to get upset. And that on multiple occasions he had told her that basically if I fuck up, sorry for the language, but if I screw up, he's going to kill me and then he's going to kill her.
He said those specific
because
words.
He blames everything that happens negatively with me and with Jason, not with Cody, but with me and Jason on her, because we're her favorites.
So you have a reasonable belief in your mind that your dad could hurt you?
Yes.
He could hurt your mom?
Yes.
He could maybe hurt Jason?
Yes.
He's a violent guy. I'm sorry, I've been this a long time. He sounds like a violent guy.
Yeah.
Quick to lose his temper with you over minuscule stuff?
Minuscule stuff, yeah.
I get the point he's upset about the amount of money. I do get that. Right. But physically, he's abusive.
Yes.
And it's kind of embarrassing as you're an adult male right now. He's been abusive of you for years, has he not?
Yeah. I mean, more mentally over the course.
But it has been to the point where you as a 29-year-old male, right, 29?
29.
That you're afraid that your father could kill you.
Yeah. And I mean, again, it's like, you know, at the house, I mean, I have, like, no access to anything. So, I mean, it's literally just like me, and, you know, I told you.
Access to anything, you mean what?
Like, you know, anything to defend myself. You know, like, I had
sold
all my guns.
You sold it. Does Cody have guns in the house?
He does, but they're, like, locked up somewhere.
Dad have guns in the house?
Again, yeah, but they're locked up somewhere.
And you don't have access to them?
I don't even have a house key. I don't have a house key. I don't have any keys to the doors inside the house. All I had was my car key. That's all that he gave me.
And that night when you argued with your father and he said he grabbed your shirt and pulled you off the couch, did he do anything else to you physically?
No. No, he didn't, like, pursue it anymore. He was just...
Did you tell Cody that he acted that way towards you?
No, I didn't.
Cody had no idea that there was a heated, physical, just the argument that you needed to get out because you were talking to this girl.
Right.
we've come and talked to you.
Okay.
You rode up here voluntarily with us to talk to us. Why do you think we're having this conversation?
I honestly don't know, but I'm pretty freaked out at this point because, you know, it's, I mean, I know, like, how the situation was when I left, and, you know, I thought that it was weird to begin with that I hadn't gotten any communication whatsoever. I mean, like I had told you, my brother, Cody, the last time when I was away from the house, that he was the one who outreached to me via email, because, again, I didn't have my phone or anything like that. So, I mean, I thought that it was weird, but I had just been kind of putting it out of my mind, thinking, okay, you had to go to work, or they're busy, or something.
When you, as a child, we're told the truth always is the best thing to do, correct?
Correct.
You agree with me?
Yeah.
And accidents happen, and things in the heat of the moment, things happen that we wish hadn't happened. But we make, I do it myself sometimes. My kids will make me so aggravated, I'll snap at them and then walk away and say, wow, I wish I would not have done that. That was not very adult of me to snap at my child for something. Yes, they're wrong, but I should be the adult and not snap at them.
Right.
Tell me what you think, because I can tell by, I've done this for a long, long time, and I read people, the way they act, and the way they talk to me, and the way they answer questions. There's something you want to tell us. I can see it in your eyes, I can see it in your body language, and just the way you act. Now's the time. Now's the time. If there's something you want to get off your chest and give us an explanation of what's bothering you, now is the exact time to do it. And I'm giving you that opportunity right now to tell me something you want to get off your chest. It's there. I can see it in your face. I can see it in your eyes.
Kept out about that night.
You're upset about it. You've been that since we've talked to you. I can see there's something been bothering you. Even though I don't know you from Adam's house, can't you see things in people that something's really bothering this guy? It's not that, you know, I spent a bunch of money I shouldn't have on this girl. So be it. You did. It's over with. Money can be made back. Something's bothering you.
I'm just worried about what is all transpiring from this.
I think at this point right now, to be honest with you, Grant, you know what it is. It's in your eyes. Your eyes is the view to your soul, and it's in your eyes. And it sounds stupid, and people don't believe it. Like I told you out there in the car, did I not tell you? You may not like what I say, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth every time, because I can walk in front of anybody in God and say, I don't care, I told him the truth.
And we usually know answers before we ask it.
Right.
Me and Eva knew everything before we asked you the questions. Now's the time to come to Jesus, be honest, because you're holding something back. I can see it in your eyes. People don't believe that the police will help you, but we are actually here to help you with issues you may have. I think something happened, and you don't want to tell us, but right now is the time to get it off your chest. And I really wish you would, because it will make you feel better in the end.
I genuinely don't have anything else that I can say about the night or, you know, the period of time afterwards.
There's only one opportunity to make that good impression. And if we've done something we shouldn't have done, you fess up to it. You caught your hand in the cookie jar, you do it. Now,
is there anything else that happened at the house that you didn't tell us, that you've left out, or we haven't asked you, that would be of importance? Or during the time that you drove around for those few hours, did you ever really go back to the house that you haven't told us about?
Something that happened that caused you to defend yourself.
No, because again, it's like I didn't have any means to defend myself. I mean, I didn't.
Well, we know from talking to that there's weapons in the house.
Right.
We know that to be a fact. Something happened that caused you to defend yourself. Whether you had anything or not, you found something to defend yourself with. I can't tell you everything. I'm not going to tell you everything. But something happened. Whether your dad blew up on you, threatened you, physically harmed you, or hurt you, something happened that caused an altercation.
And I didn't do anything at the house besides get my stuff together and take it out to my car. And that's, I didn't, besides that one thing that I told you guys where I was going down the road to come back maybe, besides that, I didn't.
You saw nothing that was out of the ordinary?
No.
In the Fort Christmas area or 419 area?
No,
Did you even get up to the Lake Mills Fort Christmas area where that guy's blinking lights are?
No. When I came back, I didn't come up to there.
There is, and you're better electronics than I am. I'm gonna go ahead and admit that. There's a digital footprint, and there's ways to see things that we know that don't make sense. Even though your phone may not have service, there's still issues with the phone.
Right.
And it was on you the entire time
Yeah.
when you left the house
Yeah.
until you were in touch with law enforcement?
I can track places you've been, and I know where you have been, and I know what time you've been there. And everything you're telling me isn't just copacetic and doesn't add up. Because there's what I think, what you think, what she thinks, and then there's things that are hard facts that you can't manipulate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think something happened at the house based on my knowledge right now, and you're afraid to say it. You're afraid to come back and say that I was a victim, I was hurt, I had something that happened there that I don't want you to tell because it's something maybe embarrassing or not good, but I know a lot more than I can let on right now. And things you're not telling me, I can't help you if you won't let me help you.
So where's the missing piece? What have we missed here?
When I had come back that other time, I crossed in front of the dude's fence, the red blinking lights ones.
What time was that?
I can't remember.
That was Friday during the day when you said you were going to come back.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. But it was after you did your interview.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you did that, you would have seen something, and there would be something out of the ordinary that you would have seen. If you passed that, you passed something out of the ordinary. What was it?
I saw like a news van, and then I don't think there might have been like a cop car. There was like traffic being.
Human nature. What do people do when I go back to my old neighborhoods? And I've lived a couple places in Central Florida in the 23 years I've been here. I see something major going on, I get on my phone, or I get on my computer, I wonder what's happened by my neighborhood, and look.
Did that even spark your attention?
There's a digital footprint of where I went on my phone. This right here phone, they can tell me I looked at these maps on my phone because it's on there.
Right.
The memory's there, you can't delete it, you can't. You came back to the neighborhood. You saw some things that are really out of the ordinary.
Right.
And I don't believe for a second that you thought that I'm not going to look what's going on. What happened to my neighborhood?
I didn't search it up on anything, on any of the devices that I have.
I know you've searched for something. I know something. I can't tell you exactly, but you said won't you tell me? And I'll tell you if you're being truthful. What'd you search?
When I had gone to the Panera, I searched for like top stories, Oviedo or Chuliota or something like that.
And found what?
And then I saw that there was, it was like just the initial, like it had like a video, but I didn't listen to the video, but it had just an initial thing of that there was shootings in Salton Circle. But it didn't say like the address or who was involved. It was just like this is the preliminary.
Was that on one of the news stations?
What
was the site you searched?
I honestly can't remember.
I
think it was one of the Weshes. But
and you saw the story, because we've seen the same stories. You've seen the story. Because there's a thing that will tell me how long of the time you spent on that.
Right.
You saw what happened.
Yeah, I was on there for like 20 seconds.
Well, what was your thoughts when you reviewed this story?
I was freaking out, and I was just like blank. I didn't know what to do.
Now's the time. Now is the time.
So what do you think happened?
To be honest.
I think that there was something that obviously happened at the house.
Tell me what happened.
I don't know what happened.
I know better. Listen to me. I know better. I can help you, Grant, with honesty. I can help you with honesty.
We think something else happened before you left the home that you're either afraid of or embarrassed to talk about. But we need to know exactly what happened because, like Danny said, we can place you there at certain times. And so we need to know what happened before you left that house because you didn't leave with everything being okay.
I honestly, I don't have anything else that I can really say. I mean, I don't know.
Do you even know why law enforcement got involved? Like what brought us to that home?
No,
You just said it. You know something bad happened there. Out of your voice, not mine. I have not told you anything what's happened there. Something bad happened. You're here with us for a couple hours. You admit that you've looked at a site and seen something bad happen because the video is not of just a general area. It's of a specific location, correct?
Yeah, I saw like a driveway or something.
Whose driveway did you see?
I don't know. I saw like there was like a gate. There was a gate, and then I saw like that there was like 2 cars, but then I didn't see anything past that.
Okay.
Well, is that driveway and gate your home?
I honestly did not fixate on it for like a long period of time. I saw like the one with an actual like gate.
You've been here with us. You think something bad has happened at your house, and to date, so long you haven't even asked us about anybody.
Well, that's because for the last time that I was arrested, I mean, like nobody would tell me anything.
Once you start telling me something that's truthful that I know, then we're going to have a conversation of exactly what happened.
I mean, you're a smart guy. You know something's happened at your home. You have law enforcement here. You haven't heard or gotten any emails from your family.
I'm just scared as to what the answer is.
Well, you need to help yourself by filling in the blanks of what happened that night so we can give you the answer. Did anything more happen with you and your father besides him grabbing you up from the couch and yelling at you and kicking you out? Anything at all? Did he harm you, hit you?
No.
Draw any weapons on you?
No, he didn't do anything like that.
There's a reason you didn't go back to the house. There's a reason why you haven't tried to reach out. I mean, it's odd you haven't heard from anybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's words that like I can't think of to even say. But I'm assuming that, you know, when you see that there is a shooting somewhere and it has to do with my family.
Your family has no known enemies. Nobody has a problem with them. Nobody.
Right.
Continue what you were saying. You said when you
But I mean, that's like I don't know how to even say the words.
Well, give me a roundabout what you're thinking.
That somebody in my family's dead.
And how does that make you feel if you're thinking that?
I have absolutely no ability to comprehend the words because, like I said, I've been there for my whole entire life, and even though there's been struggles and everything like that, there has never been any issues.
There's never been the struggles or the issues like happened Thursday. Never for you. I believe you 100%. I believe it's never been like that. But something happened Thursday unlike anything you've ever experienced in 29 years of your life. Never.
And maybe you felt that was rock bottom for you. You were getting kicked out of the house. Your father gave you an ultimatum. I mean, that's, you know, you're already dealing with the debt, and, you know, now you have to stop talking to this girl, and now you're being kicked out of the home. I mean, I can understand how you would feel. I mean, that you'd want to lash out, or, you know, if something happened, you'd want to defend yourself.
Sure. Absolutely.
But we need to know what happened.
I mean, I can tell that you guys are, like, leading me into a certain way of what
The only thing we're leading you to is wanting to get the truth from you. Not trying to make you say something that's not true, that's not accurate. The truth, the end. That's it. That's all we want is the absolute truth. Because it's got to come from you. It can't come from us. It can't come from us. Do we know what happened? Yeah, we already know what happened. But it has to still come from you, the truth. Because the parties involved, that's, in all cases, you want the truth from them. I don't want somebody to say something that's not true. Absolutely not. I want them to say, this is what happened, and here's why it happened. Because sometimes there are things that are justifiable. I'm dealing with a case right now where some people were jumped in a house, there was a shooting, and the people involved in the shooting are not going to be charged because they have the right to defend themselves. Nothing in the state or federal law says you have to be seriously physically harmed or killed. Nothing does. You have a right to defend yourself. Absolutely, you have a right to defend yourself.
If you're in fear of
Sure.
you being hurt or your life.
But Grant, I just need you to come. It's there. It's there. I can see it. It's on the tip of your tongue. You want to say, let me tell you what happened. I'm being honest. I think you're being honest about 95% of the story. I truly do believe you're being honest about that.
So if anything happened in the home, to bring law enforcement there, what would you think happened?
That there was a shooting.
Between whom?
I don't know. Between Cody and my dad.
And why would you think that?
To protect me, or to help me, or to do something with me.
So you're telling me you did not shoot Cody,
No.
your father, or your mother?
No. I mean, I don't know, like, what more I can say.
Well, when law enforcement arrived, that's what they found. So you're the only outstanding child. You're the one that's been having problems with your dad. You're the one that we haven't been able to find for 2 days. Do you understand now why we would be questioning you about this?
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't, like, I wouldn't be saying, like, all, like, I don't know the way to say, I don't know, like, what to even say.
We're trying to see if there's anything else that you've left out during the night from when you first came home and confronted your father, or when he confronted you, until the time you left, that you've not told us.
There was nothing, there was nothing to that level of confrontation between him and I.
So if anything happened in the home, you believe it would be Cody and him?
Yes. Because I don't have, access to anything.
Well, I can tell you from what we read right now, because you know what the news has said, correct? You know what the news has said.
I only know that first story that I saw, and then I didn't look again.
And what did the first story say?
That there was a shooting in the Salton Circle area, and the investigation is ongoing.
Okay, and what did they say? They say the status of the people inside the house? What did
No.
they say? Because all the news have reported the same thing. Every one of them. The sheriff has held a press conference. The sheriff has provided information to the media.
And it's known what has happened in the home.
All that I saw was literally like the paragraph, and then the last sentence was there's an investigation ongoing, and then I didn't.
You saw more because at Panera, when you said you pulled it up, they had more information then. They had more information than just there's been a shooting. There's a lot more information was given. It was all over the news by that time. The noon news reported exactly what had happened. We know that Cody didn't shoot your dad. We know Cody didn't shoot your mom. We know Cody didn't shoot himself. There's something...
And you still haven't asked us condition of them or anything.
That's because I mean, I don't know what the normal proceedings are, but
The normal proceedings are for you to be honest about what happened.
And then we help you understand everything that's going on from here on out, of what our responsibilities are.
And we don't believe you're being honest. We feel that you are leaving something out about what happened in that home. And the evidence tells us what happened in the home. But you need to fill in the blanks.
Here's my hand for honesty. Here it is. We're here to help you through this, and you're not going to like something here in just a minute, and I know it's going to hurt you, but you're leaving things out. You've got to take that step and cross over and say, okay, I have to tell you. You'd probably rather tell us what happened before Eva opens that up. You probably want to tell us and save yourself some grief by saying, here, let me tell you. Here's what happened that night that I wasn't completely honest about. Because honestly, Grant, I believe you've been honest about a very lot of things. I really do. Because I can account for your day. I can account for your night. We have a couple very small holes. 95% of the story I already know. That's why you're here with us.
And again, your cell phone's going to put you in the areas. We're going to check exactly where you were throughout the entire time you started this conversation.
No.
So if you went back to the house and did something, or how long you were there, we're going to know.
I mean, the only thing that I know is just that, I left the house later than what I had said.
Did you leave the house with your brother Cody looking like that? Or did you leave the house with your father looking like that? Or your mother? Is that how you left your family?
No.
Nobody else went into that house.
Who left your family like this? If you were the one that's been depressed, you were the one that owes money, you were the one that got into a confrontation with your father, who did this to your family? If you were trying to defend yourself or something else happened, we need to know now to help you. So tell us what happened, Grant. We're here to listen to you.
Grant, you need the truth. We're here to make this right. You got to tell the truth. It's on the tip of your tongue, my man. I get that.
Did your father go after you and you try to protect yourself?
No, I didn't do any of this.
There's something that's going to come up that is going to make this all come real. I'd rather it come from you than have to do it that way.
The evidence tells us what happened. You have to fill in the blanks. They can't tell me what happened.
Fact, I know. She never held a gun. She didn't have a gun that night. Fact, he never fired a gun. Fact, he never fired a gun. Never did. This is the person right here, Mom, who always stuck up for you. Something happened so bad that caused her death, your dad's death, and Cody. And I'll tell you just about how it happened. 1, 2, 3. Based on evidence. Based on evidence. I know he did not shoot your mom. I know he didn't shoot your dad. I know he didn't shoot himself. And I know from video surveillance camera in the neighborhood, nobody else came to that house. I know. I can account for everybody that went to the house. I know.
So tell us what happened.
I know it. Listen to me. Hey, I know. Video surveillance tells me everything that happened this night. I'm telling you. Of people that you'd be surprised who in your neighborhood has video. And I know that there's only 4 people who was at this house during this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me. You got to tell me, man. You got to tell me. Get over that hoop. The video, if you're sitting there saying no, 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 and video shows something else, guess what? Big problem. Because it will wind up later on that you can't get any help from anybody. A lot of this, what people make decisions on, is honesty. Was somebody honest? Of course you're going to be somewhat dishonest at some point. We get that. We understand that. But at some point when you have that come to Jesus time that now I need to really, I got to tell you what happened. This is it. This is it. Video tells me everything I need to know about this from the neighborhood.
And you're the only one left to tell us.
I know it's hard to look at me, Grant, look at my eyes. I know it's tough, man. I do. It's a tough thing to say, but we need to know what caused things at your house that night to become so bad that we're this. He's violent. We know that. He's got a gun on. We get it. Cody just probably went around with a gun because he normally did. He walked in the house and was shot the minute he walked in the house. The minute he walked in. We see trajectory. We find the projectile. We've got everything on that. He's shot over here and is brought over here. See it over there. We found the bullets in the house. Mom's sitting her thing with a glass of wine, doing her thing, and she's shot. You just got to step over and tell me, man. I want to help you. I do.
The evidence is going to be there.
Most people, I would not.
We have cartridge cases. We have projectiles.
And fingerprints.
So you just need to tell us what led up to this.
You've been arrested, correct?
Yeah.
So we have your fingerprints, correct? You understand that? Physical evidence is something I can't manipulate. It's either there or it's not there. Didn't fire a gun, didn't fire a gun, didn't fire a gun. None of them did. Nobody fired a gun. You didn't shoot him, he didn't shoot him. Neither one of them shot them. I'm telling you, look at everything. He walked in the door, shot them, and he walked in the door. Because right down here is a bag he carries in. Dropped right there where he opened the door, walked in, and gets shot. There's Dad's lunchbox right there. Dad came home, was probably messing with it right around here. Arguments, whatever's going on, whether there was even an argument. Dad gets shot, and he drops right here. And most likely either got pulled or crawled over here. Over here. I wonder what DNA is going to be in that blood right there. What's going to be on your dad's pants? Because we got his pants. We take all their clothes, everything that we take. Your DNA going to be found on his pants?
No.
You sure? Maybe it's a question I'm asking I already know the answer to.
I know, but my DNA shouldn't be on his pants.
Shouldn't? Okay. Explain to me, I just need you to tell me, why the minute he walks in, he gets shot. He's shot, it's right there, just above there is what it is. We got an investigator of the autopsy right now, and the doctor saying, here's what happened, here's where he shot. Cody shot right below the eye, it comes out the back of his neck, and into the wall. Dad shot twice. And the doctor basically said he could have crawled from here to here because of the injury.
And we're going to look at their clothing, your clothing, for DNA, gunpowder, blood spatter, all of that.
Inside of your car, all the stuff that's in your room, all your electronic footprint, we're going to look at. We will look at it. We will see it.
Do you not feel bad for doing this to your family?
I don't know.
You don't know what? You don't know if you feel bad for doing this to your family?
I mean, I've been getting blamed for the last half a year for everything, and I've been trying to move forward into a positive direction. And then every day I'm reminded of all the trouble that I had caused. And then I keep being told the same thing over and over again, but there's nothing that I can do to change it.
Do you regret doing this to each one of your family members?
I didn't do that to each one of them.
Hey man, we are right there at it. Jason's here. It's going to be a few more minutes. What I need to do is just for our investigation, get some pictures of you. We're going to collect your clothing. And if you have no issues, we're going to get a swab of your mouth, just saliva for DNA to go along, make sure your story goes along with where we're at. No problem with anything? Give me a few minutes. I apologize. The clothes aren't going to be the best in the world. We had to get some up. So we got some for you, some shorts and T-shirts and some shoes. And then as soon as that's done, we'll get Jason here to talk to you.
Okay.
All right, man. So good. Anything else?
No.
All right, man. You going to have a seat on the other side for me? I'm going to go grab Jason.
Okay.
Alright, so I take it you know what happened.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you plain out. You are not part of it in any way.
No.
When's the last time you saw everybody?
I left the house between like midnight and like 12:30.
On Thursday night? So Friday morning?
Thursday going into Friday.
Why? That's when you went to a hotel?
No. The first night I stayed just in the Publix parking lot by the Tractor Supply.
Okay.
And
why did you leave though?
it's because Dad had kicked me out Thursday because I was still talking to the woman that had caused everything, and I was using Mom's cell phone to do that with her knowledge, but not Cody or Dad's. So then Dad found out somehow, and that was one of the things that he had said would lead to my being removed from the premises.
So he forced you, he basically told you had to leave?
Yeah.
Okay. So who could have done this?
I don't know. I don't...
So you didn't have any problems or troubles with this woman or the online? You didn't owe him any money?
No,
I mean, there's no like loan shark out looking for you or...
No.
I just don't see how things aren't adding up. I'm really confused, Grant. I don't understand. How did you get money to pay for a hotel?
I still had a few $100s on my debit card, and then Cody gave me his debit card.
Okay. And I don't know. I want to believe you, Grant, but you're the last person that I could put in that house. And I know what happened over the last 6 months. I can understand the troubles that you've gone through, but it's hard for me to think that you would break to this point.
Mm-hmm.
But who else can I blame? How are we going to find out who did this?
I don't know. I don't have the answers.
So what are your intentions? Do you understand what we have to do now? If you're not the person that did it, we have months of stuff that we have to take care of from our dead parents. Months. You know how much stuff is in that house? We have to go through it all. I have to call people in California to let them know that Margaret Amato is not alive anymore. I got to call at 3 o'clock in the morning because Cody's 30 years old and has perfectly good organs to donate. And I can't call that shot. He's not an organ donor. I had to say no. So that means there's someone out there that could have used his organs, but we weren't prepared for this. I love you more than anything in this world, just like I loved Cody, Grant, and Dad. I know Dad was an asshole. I know Cody was an asshole. But they were our family, and they would have never done anything to hurt us.
Mm-hmm.
The shit you did, you could have been in jail. You would have been in jail for years.
Mm-hmm.
And they covered it up for you. I have a feeling the FBI is already involved because no matter how much Dad can overcome the money laundering, that's money that was moved. Just because they gave it to you as a gift, you can't just claim gifts as income. The FBI wants to know what the fuck is money being moved in that amount. I'm sorry. I don't believe you. And I probably will have resentment for the rest of my life, whether you did it or you didn't do it, but I need closure. I need to know what happened to my mother, my father, and my brother Cody. Because I wasn't there to fucking help. And that hurts me. That hurts me a lot, man. I may not have been able to stop you. You probably may have hurt me too. But at least I would have known what happened. And now I'm in fucking who knows what now. I am lost. And it scares me that you want to leave here and not face what happened. Because you're putting my life at risk then. You're putting Donna's life at risk, Grandma's life. How do we know what you're going to do?
I understand. I mean, I really do. I understand all your thoughts and what you're thinking and everything, and this is just, I know what I did to everybody over the months and everything like that.
I know you did.
And I know that you know the hell of dealing with it every single day when you're trying to move forward.
Yep.
Dad, and Cody, and all that stuff.
Yep, and I understand it was probably harder for you because you lived in the house. I had the option of getting out, which gave me the ability to not have to deal with it on a daily basis. I understand the mental struggles you went through with Cody and Dad's relationship, you and Dad's relationship, everybody's relationship in the family. You know how smart everybody is in the family when it comes to medical information. And that's what scares me even more about you. If you didn't do it, then you have to know that someone else did it. There is no way that there were people out there looking for our parents or brother. They had to have been looking for you. There's no way that Mom, Dad, or Cody owed anybody money, had anybody looking for them because of something that they did.
No, I don't think that it's some money shark or Monder or somebody like that.
Right, because nothing was stolen from the house.
Right.
So, like, people that are looking to compensate for financial obligations would have taken TVs, computers, jewelry, monetarily things.
Right.
From what I've been advised, that is not the situation. So, that leaves that the people were murdered for the reason that they were in the way of getting to something else.
I don't understand why it happened. I was taking my steps forward despite everything that I was supposed to do, that I was supposed to be doing. The slip-up was still communicating with the woman, but...
What were you allowed to take when Dad kicked you out? Obviously your car.
Basically my possessions, my cell phone, my iPad, my Surface, some clothes.
Weapons?
I don't have any weapons.
So there's going to be no weapons in the hotel that you were at last night? No weapons in the car?
No.
No weapons buried on the property?
No. I sold all my weapons when I was trying to make money.
I remember my mom telling me that. What about, I don't know what else to say, but I'm scared for you and I'm scared for myself, and I don't feel comfortable with you being around me alone. I'm sorry. I could take you physically, but if you have a knife or know where a gun is, I'm fucked. And I have little girls that I have to raise. I have a woman that is depending on me for the rest of my life.
I understand.
Even if you did, It's going to be so hard for me to figure out what to do with you. You do not deserve jail. But I can't come to fucking have attorney press charges for you to be killed. Grant, I need you to be honest with me, man. I need to have closure. And if it doesn't come from your mouth and I have to hear it from an attorney or a law enforcement or the news, it's going to be harder for me. And I know if you can take Mom and Dad and Cody's life, it's hard for you to comprehend that my emotions are going to be that, but it's unbelievably scary, Grant. And I don't believe in God. I don't have a strong religious belief, but I will pray that this is solved justifiably, because it was not fair that Mom, Cody, and Dad's life were taken. They did not deserve it, no matter what feelings were felt by anybody. They were good people.
I know. And they showed it by protecting me all the time.
But Dad kicked you out.
That's because I still broke the rule, and that it was apparently Dad's job to be the hammer person, or whatever he would describe it as.
Right, I was told that you would not have access to be able to contact this woman. Why do you feel the intent to still contact her?
It was just the whole emotional thing. I mean, that's all that I can say.
So are you saying that you love the woman?
I feel like I did, yeah.
Okay, you feel like you did, so you don't feel that way now?
Well, I mean, now it's pretty much, I mean, it's not what it used to be, is all I can say.
Because she's aware of what has happened in the last several months.
Right.
So why do you feel the need to still contact her?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, apart from just like that feeling when you care for somebody and you've been with them for however many months.
Yo, I know that feeling.
So, I mean, I was just, I knew
looking for closure?
To some degree, yeah, and I knew that I could never do any of the money stuff anymore.
Okay.
So I guess that was like...
It hurt, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because you can't carry that persona that you carried before. But the crazy part is, you're still the same person. You are still Grant Amato that I grew up with for 17 years, that I played with, that we hid shit from Dad so that we didn't get in trouble. Who covered those grenades? Mom. I don't feel like we're getting anywhere, and I'm going to be honest, I don't feel comfortable with you staying with me. I mean, if in a week or a couple of days or 12 hours and something else is discovered, then I might have a change of heart, but I have no other options in my head of what's going on, especially if you're confirming that there's nobody looking for you. And if you're saying that you ran away or stayed in a hotel because you were forced to, or you were told you couldn't stay there, I don't live there, so I have no proof. The only people that live there are dead, so they can't say anything. But the morgue called me this morning, so I have to make decisions for Mom, Cody, and Dad in the next couple of days. So just letting you know that I'll be making those decisions, because until I'm given verifiable information that you did not do it, I don't think you have the right to make that decision. You already made the decision on whether or not they can live or not. That's not your job. Alright, I'm ready. I do love you, though. Just remember that. Just like Mom, Cody, and Dad loved you. Nobody loved you any more or any less. I'm gonna pray for you, brother, because I can't pray for Mom, Dad, and Cody anymore.
Please commence on the chapter.
You have anything else you need to talk about before we let you go? Because now's your time. You know that. Like Danny said, once you're out of here, there's no coming back from this. We're giving you every opportunity to tell us what happened in that home that you have not told us. So you're aware that when you leave here, you're not going to have any chance to redeem yourself and tell us the truth after the fact.
I understand.
And you're okay with that. You can live with yourself knowing that you're not going to tell us the truth.
I've said what I can say.
Okay.
You ready, man?
Yeah.
Question for you real quick. You don't want to hurt yourself.
No.
You don't want to hurt anybody else.
No.
No suicidal thoughts.
No.
Okay, come on.